Good morning and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings in Encinitas. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Thursday, June 18th. You'll be interested to know, today is National Sushi Day. This delicious tradition celebrates delicate rice and fresh seafood rolled into artful bites, tracing roots to ancient Southeast Asian preservation methods and evolving in Japan into the elegant cuisine we adore today. Share a roll with friends, explore a new sushi spot, or try making your own at home, a playful invite to celebrate. So now you know. And now, it's time for the Surf Report. Thursday in Encinitas. This morning it's looking clean with waves at 4 to 5 feet. Conditions stay consistent through 9 a.m. before switching to fair as wind shifts sideshore at 3 miles per hour. By 10 a.m., expect choppy conditions as the wind picks up to onshore at 5 miles per hour, continuing through the afternoon. Best time to ride is at 6 a.m. with a 0-foot low tide, when the southwest swell is 2.5 feet at 16 seconds, and the offshore wind is 2 miles per hour. The first low tide on Thursday will be -1 foot at 6:45 a.m., followed by a 4-foot high tide just after 1:30. The nearshore buoy at Beacons reads 68 degrees for the water temperature. Friday opens with clean conditions and waves around 3 to 5 feet, but the wind starts to pick up, creating choppy conditions in the afternoon. Saturday maintains similar size, but becomes increasingly choppy as onshore winds develop, particularly in the afternoon. Sunday brings a steady 3 to 5 feet with improved conditions, making it the best day for surf this period. This morning, it's cloudy and it feels like 68 degrees with no wind. The sunset will take place at 8:02 and will rise again tomorrow at 5:40. It looks like we're in for a partly sunny day, with a high near 68 and a light northwest breeze, around 8 miles per hour. If you're inland, it will hit a high of 70. Tonight, expect mostly cloudy skies with a low around 63 and a light west wind, around 8 miles per hour. Looking ahead in the weather. Friday, Juneteenth, will be partly sunny with a high near 68 and a west wind of 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday and Sunday stay mostly sunny with highs near 67 and nights in the low 60s. Monday warms slightly to near 69 with mostly sunny skies and overnight lows around 63. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny Morning sent you. In local news, the City of Del Mar's plans for an affordable housing project at the Del Mar Fairgrounds have encountered new challenges. Tensions remain high between Del Mar and the 22nd District Agricultural Association, which oversees the fairgrounds. At a recent board meeting, members expressed concerns that feasibility studies did not adequately assess impacts on fairgrounds operations. Del Mar Mayor Tracy Martinez criticized the presentation of these studies, calling for greater transparency and suggesting a joint public workshop. The ongoing dispute highlights the complex relationship between the need for housing and the operational needs of the fairgrounds. Now on to sports. Colombia made a winning return to the World Cup by defeating debutants Uzbekistan, with former Liverpool forward Luis Diaz and Crystal Palace defender Daniel Munoz among the goal scorers. Munoz scored the first goal with a superb volley when he connected with a fine pass from Diaz, who had earlier hit the post. Uzbekistan equalized in the 60th minute through Abosbek Faisaleh's header. Diaz quickly regained the lead with a strike that went in despite Utkur Yusupov's efforts. Colombia's Jaminton Campas headed in a third goal late on, securing the victory. Diaz's goal marked his first in a World Cup after an excellent season at Bayern Munich. In local sports, the Padres snapped a 2-game slide yesterday with a 6-1 win over St. Louis, avoiding a series sweep at Busch Stadium. Griffin Canning was solid as a starter, and the bats finally came alive. Fernando Tatis Jr. went 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs, while Jackson Merrill added 3 hits and a homer. San Diego heads to Arlington tonight, facing Rangers ace Jacob deGrom in Game 1 of a 3-game series, with Randy Vasquez on the mound for the Friars. First pitch is at 5:05. The Padres are 38-35 on the season, and they know every series matters in the NL West grind. Mookie Betts recently gave Petco Park some unexpected love on his podcast, calling it one of his favorite ballparks despite the Dodgers rivalry. Meanwhile, manager Craig Stammen addressed frustrated fans about the team's offensive struggles. San Diego is ranked last in baseball with a team OPS of .652, and finding consistency at the plate is critical down the stretch. On the football side, the Chargers wrapped up minicamp Wednesday, with Justin Herbert making real progress. Herbert threw in team drills for the first time since late May and looked sharp in 7-on-7 work. The Bolts have one final session Thursday before a 5+ week break before training camp. In top news, the United States Department of Agriculture, USDA, says that 700,000 individuals were removed from the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP. This follows a crackdown on alleged food stamp benefit fraud by the Trump administration. Last week, the USDA and officials in Ohio announced a takedown of fraudulent SNAP retailers, issuing violation notices to 19 businesses. Despite studies showing that SNAP fraud is rare, Republican Senator Rick Scott introduced the SNAP Fraud Reporting Act on June 10th. The bill would require states to submit comprehensive fraud data. Senator Scott emphasized the need to create a pathway to identify fraud to protect taxpayers. In business news, the Securities and Exchange Commission is generally regarded as one of the smartest, toughest agencies in Washington. However, tough enforcement is not a hallmark of the Trump administration, which has substantially cut the SEC's budget and staffing. As a result, the SEC is bringing fewer enforcement actions. In fiscal year 2025, the SEC filed 30% fewer standalone enforcement actions than in fiscal year 2024 and stopped bringing certain types of enforcement cases, such as those under the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act. At the end of May, the 3 SEC commissioners took away enforcement powers the agency has held for more than 50 years. In crypto movement, Bitcoin is down 3% to just under $64,000. Ethereum is down 3.5% to just over $1,700. And XRP is down 4.5% to $1.16. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a national Pilates studio to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates, with several locations in the San Diego area. Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class, with locations in Encinitas, Solana Beach, Oceanside, La Jolla, and more. Just be sure to tell them Sunny Morning sent you by. And now, back to the show. Let's talk tech. Midjourney Medical is transitioning from generating CAD images to offering full-body ultrasound scans. CEO David Holz recently unveiled the Midjourney scanner, an ultrasound-based device capturing detailed images of muscle, fat, bone, and organs. He envisions this tool being used for annual or even daily scans, aiming for image quality comparable to MRI. Developed with Butterfly Network, the scanner utilizes 40 Butterfly ultrasound-on-chip imaging modules. In 1 minute, users step into a pool of light and descend through sensors, creating detailed 3D images. Holz plans to open a Midjourney spa in San Francisco, California, by the end of 2027, featuring various wellness amenities. And in entertainment news, Bowen Yang's departure from Saturday Night Live could have marked another chapter in the show's long history of cast changes. However, the circumstances surrounding his exit revealed the reason the institution has survived for more than 50 years. After 7 seasons, Yang prepared to leave following season 50. In his mind, Saturday Night Live was in a great place without him. Then Lorne Michaels called, asking Yang to remain for part of season 51 and help guide new talent. This moment highlights how the show's longevity relies on each generation passing knowledge to the next. Yang's request transformed his final season into a mentoring role, emphasizing the importance of institutional memory. Well, alrighty folks, it's time for the quote of the day. And today, our quote comes from the American author and humorist James Thurber. And he said, "Humor is emotional chaos remembered in tranquility." And that's a wrap for this morning. You can check out our Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for some captivating aerial videos with local news and the surf reports. Have an amazing day, my good friends. We'll see you tomorrow with another episode of Sunny Mornings in Encinitas.